Hey guys, it's Craig Vinyl here. Welcome to another edition, and I'm wearing, first time I've ever worn it since I bought this at the concert in 94, 95. It's the Rolling Stones. And it's the Voodoo Lounge concert t-shirt. After this video I'll put it back. It's something I don't want to wear and just look after. But, oh, what's going on with my feet, guys? Let's get ready to Footloose. Hey guys, cheers. It's Sunday afternoon here, and tomorrow, would you believe, I am going to Thailand. I cannot wait. My wife Vicky's coming with me. It's mainly for a work conference that we've got on Thursday and Friday, but the first couple of days for flying out tomorrow, we're just going to check out the island. So we're actually going to Phuket. So if any of you have been to Phuket, please post down any cool places I should go to, any little islands, beaches, anything. No, I'm not going to Bangkok, but in Phuket I don't know VC, there's going to be much vinyl around, so I will have a look at the markets and so forth, but I don't expect much. But if you know anything, please comment as soon as you can. So, being a Sunday afternoon, we're all relaxed, so cheers. Sorry, no, this is not a homebrew red wine. I've never made a homebrew red wine, so cheers. Sorry about that intro there. I thought I almost had you fooled going to see me dance, but I am not a dancer by any means. No way, Jose. Anyway, the reason why I was talking about getting Footloose is the first record. Yeah, I know. These are just some recent finds I've got, that I got. So, good old Footloose soundtrack. We've all seen it. I only saw it for the first time, honestly, about a year ago. Looking at the tracks, obviously Footloose is not too bad, yeah, for a party type song. Maybe that's about it. It's kind of one of those movie soundtracks that, there's a lot of songs we all recognise, but probably not something I'm going to play that often. The next one. Hands up if you ever had her poster on your wall. This is just an EP of Touch Me, I Want Your Body. So I'm sure you remember this. I think this is it was 86, so I was about 12 probably at the time this came out. Not much to see on the back, unfortunately, and I don't think there's a poster in here. Let me have a look. It'd be probably pretty hard to get an album of hers and finding a poster in there. Anyway, I think that's about all we can say about that one. This one's called Elf by Alison Moyet. My first record of hers. I don't know any of the songs on here. It just came in a bunch of records. I think she's got a pretty amazing voice, underrated as well. There was one VC community member I was talking to about it. I can't remember who it was. I did mention, I think it was the album after that had Week in the Presence of Beauty that I thought was pretty good. So I don't have that one. Tango in the Night by Fleetwood Mac. 86 or 87 in Australia it came out. I think 87, late 87. And I remember borrowing this album of a friend. I was actually made the weight, would you believe? True story. I made the weightlifting team for our school in Year 7 or Year 8, and to do competition. And one of my weightlifting mates had a bunch of records, and he lent me this one. It was Paul Simon's Graceland, and there was another one I can't remember, but I'll find this a terrific album. Tango in the Night by Fleetwood Mac. 7 Wonders Everywhere, Little Eyes, 3 massive hits in Australia. I'm not sure about the US or UK. It was massive here. Pretty boring in the sleeve, so good memories that one. This says direct metal mastering. Must mean it's pretty good. The cover, some of the, what do you call it, the plastic It's not shrink. As you can see, it looks all spidery, so it's lifting off, probably due to moisture and heat and humidity. Australian band, the Little River Band. It's a long way there, it's greatest hits. If you're an Aussie whose dad, if you're my age and your father grew up in the, not grew up, probably in his 30s or something like that, in the 70s, this type of music was staple for any Aussie household. Little River Band, so good 70s pop rock. You probably remember I had a Suzy Quatro album recently, her original debut album. This one's the greatest hits. The main songs on here are Can the Can, 48 Crash, and Devil Gate Drive. If anyone in the US and Canada is watching this, can you just comment below, was Suzy Quatro big at all in your country? I know she was big in Australia. Thanks to our music guru of the 80s, 90s and 70s a bit, Ian Molly Meldrum, if you know him. I think Suzy was featured on there a fair bit, so she did well in Australia. Just a couple more. Adam and the Ants, and is this self-titled? Kings of the Wild Frontier it is, and it's got Ant Music, their famous song in Australia. Don't know how it went overseas. Just a classic sort of poppy, wouldn't say post-punk, but on CBS. But definitely, even when I was going to nightclubs in the early to mid-90s as an late teens, Ant Music was definitely still being played in some of the clubs. I think it probably still is today. My first solo album from Art Garfunkel. It's this Watermark. Features What a Wonderful World. To be honest, I'm not familiar with any of his solo work. I haven't heard it. I'm not sure if any of the musicians that appear worked with Simon and Garfunkel. So all this stuff is for me. It's a journey for me to understand and learn. And what we got? Of course, on the old CBS. Lastly, Gregory Short, Pop Crackle, whatever your thing's called. I know you've got this, I'm pretty sure it's Dalton Jones. This album would have been 83, it is, 1983. And I'm Still Standing, I think was his #1 song. Probably not definitely not my favourite Elton John album, but Gregory, as you say, it's just one of those things you got to get in your collection. I mean, when you're getting these for a couple of bucks, why not? So that's it for that selection. I've still got more good stuff to show, including some Elvis, Deep Purple and stuff. All this stuff coming up, and some embarrassing records too that I bet you have them in your collection. You're just too afraid to show. We should all do a video of stuff we're a bit embarrassed to show, and not saying anything, but that'll come up soon. So guys, I got to start getting ready for Thailand. Don't forget, if you have been to Thailand, any tips or tricks and thoughts, especially around Phuket for me, please post in the comments. That'd be great. If you know anything about vinyl in Thailand, I have no idea. If I just see a record, even if it's a Thai pressing or something, I'm just going to get it. Why not? So, all right, guys, cheers. Sorry, it wasn't too much exciting in that collection, but anyway, it's all good fun, all good to show you, and keep in touch. So, cheers.